Sweden is one of the first choices when people think of possible places to relocate to. Peaceful, safe, and prosperous, the country has several advantages that can make any foreigner wish they were born a Swede. If you have been narrowing down your list of countries where you can spend the rest of your life, this video will convince you to go to Sweden. The corporate culture, excellent public services, and friendly locals are some of the things you usually hear about the country, but there are plenty of other good things too. In this video, we are going to discuss what makes Sweden one of the best countries to move to. But before that, let's get to know the country better. But first, a simple reminder on how to enter our brand new giveaway. We are giving away either an iPhone X Max, the new iPad mini, or a MacBook Pro. It's all your choice. So be sure to leave a like, comment the keyword, subscribe, and turn on notifications to enter this giveaway. It's really that simple. Officially named the Kingdom of Sweden, the country is the fourth largest in Europe. Their main official language is Swedish, but the country also has 5 other official languages, namely Sami, Yiddish, Romani, Finnish, and Meänkieli. The country's capital is Stockholm, and it has a population of more than 9 million people. Sweden has one of the highest standards of living in the world, thanks to a low birth rate, low unemployment, and a highly developed welfare system. Although Sweden is part of the European Union, it has retained its currency, the krona. Several prominent manufacturing and technology companies were founded in Sweden, including Saab, Volvo, Electrolux, Scania, Ericsson, and of course, who can forget IKEA? Now that we're a little more familiar with Sweden, let's talk about how it has become one of the world's best nations. Sweden is famous for having the best benefits in the world. One of the reasons why Swedes, or Scandinavians in general, are the happiest people in the world is that they are enjoying some of the best benefits. Unlike most Americans who begrudge working 9 to 5 in the office, Swedes enjoy it because they also get to enjoy a boatload of holidays. Most jobs in the country start with about 5 weeks of paid vacation, and the longer you stay in the company, the more paid vacation you get. If you are planning on having children, moving to Sweden and becoming a citizen is an excellent idea. Parents get 480 days of paid parental leave, which can be shared between the mother and the father. Most Swedish parents take about a month of leave and then go back to work to earn some extra cash. Healthcare in the country is semi-free, and citizens only pay a maximum of 1,000 krona per visit to the doctor. Standard healthcare, excluding dental and mental health care, is very affordable. If you like to stream videos or use the internet often for work, you'll be very happy to know that Sweden has one of the fastest internet connections in the world, and it is super affordable too. Unlike in other countries where you'll have to spend so much, mobile internet is also excellent in the country. Sweden is serious about its technology, and the country wants to make sure that everyone is ahead of the game. Although the country has high taxes, you are getting your money's worth. Although taxes in Sweden are higher compared to other European countries and the rest of the world, you will reap its benefits, so your money won't go to waste. The standard income tax is 30%, and VAT, or consumption tax, is 25%. It's a huge amount if you just look at the figures, but the country offers education as well as healthcare benefits, so every krona spent on tax is worth it. People who earn less than 18,800 krona a year need not pay tax. However, if you earn over 433,000 krona, you will spend 31% on tax and another 25% more. For billionaires, the tax can be quite high, so we understand why IKEA's founder, Ingvar Kamprad, chose to move to Switzerland in 1976. Daycare is subsidized in the country and costs about $120 monthly, but you get a lot in exchange. The government grants a monthly child benefit which covers the cost, so it's basically free. University is free too. We are not going to discuss how to compute taxes in Sweden, as we are not here for the math, but let's proceed to the other reasons why you should move to Sweden. You get to enjoy one of the fastest, safest, and best public transport systems. If you plan to live in the country's capital, you will be happy to know that you don't need a car because the transport network SL is widespread and amazing. The public transport runs 24/7 on weekends, and it starts around 5:30 in the morning and ends at midnight during weekdays. Like all modern public transports in the world, SL has a travel card system that commuters can use to add credit and pay for their trips. There is also the option to select the unlimited period class that covers up to 90 days across the whole network. It's affordable because you can select one according to your needs. Summers in the countryside are incredible, although winters can get bitterly cold in Sweden so that it can sometimes feel like you're in Antarctica. Summers in the country are incredible. The sun rises before most people wake up and sets after people go to bed. People who work until 5 in the afternoon still have about 5 5 to 6 hours of the bright sun after work to enjoy other activities. This means you can still go swimming, kayaking, walking, running, or picnicking, which is surprisingly considered a professional sport in Sweden. There's plenty of time for people watching too. Some of the most enjoyable festivities happen during summertime too, such as the Midsummer's Eve and the August Crayfish Party. We are curious about the latter because it seems that comedian Will Ferrell, who happens to be married to a Swede, loves it too. And speaking of the cold winters, you don't have to go too far to enjoy some winter sports. You can easily go cross-country skiing or ice skating just 20 minutes away from the capital. Make sure you invest in essential winter jackets so you will enjoy instead of dread crisp Swedish winters. You can eat all the cakes and indulge in fikas to your heart's content. Fika is the Swedish term for coffee breaks. However, coffee breaks in Sweden are done not to fill one's stomach, but to socialize with one another. It is a part of Swedish daily life, and it lasts even longer on weekends. Swedes almost always take their coffee with cinnamon buns or cardamom buns. Inviting someone to fika is a great way to get to know people. Since we're already talking about food, let's discuss Swedish cuisine. The traditional food of the Swedish people can differ between regions because of the country's large north to south expanse. In the far north, people historically eat meat, such as reindeer and other games, while in the south, Swedes mostly eat fresh vegetables. One of the most popular Swedish dishes in the world, thanks to IKEA in part, are Swedish meatballs, served with brown cream sauce and lingonberry jam. Lingonberry is a big deal in Sweden, and it is widely used as an accompaniment to various dishes. However, despite its sweetness, it is rarely used with bread. There has been so much migration to Sweden over the last 50 years, and that led to the country having a great food culture from the Middle East, Europe, Asia, and the Mediterranean. Sweden is a very safe country. Sweden is considered one of the safest places in the world for tourists and residents. The people are very welcoming, while the country's crime rate is one of the lowest. There are almost no instances of stealing. The country has no volcanoes, so you need not worry about any volcanic eruptions, and the risk of earthquakes is very low too. Natural disasters are almost unheard of, so you can travel safely within cities. The country has an independent and strong media. Sweden has consistently ranked as one of the countries with the most transparent government, with low levels of corruption. This is mainly because the country has a strong and independent media. If you happen to check their TV programs, you will see documentaries and investigative reporting which would not be deemed appropriate to be shown on American TV. The media in Sweden does its job, and journalists are not afraid to cover the most important stories. Because of this transparency, the country has an educated population who are aware of all the current events going on. Another reason to move to Sweden is the beauty of the archipelago. The Swedish archipelago is one of the most interesting and most beautiful in the world. If you haven't been, you should definitely visit once the global health situation gets better. The country has 30,000 islands connected by frequent boat trips and tours. Most of the islands are easily accessible through Stockholm, so you get out of the city and have a great time with nature in a few minutes. The furthest islands are just a mere 3 hours away from the capital. Going out of the capital and taking a boat ride for less than an hour will give you peace and calm, something you can't do in other metropolises. Lastly, if you want a comfortable and relaxed pace, Sweden is your new home. Swedes put great emphasis on a comfortable and relaxed lifestyle. Stress is almost unheard of, and they like to spend quality time with family and friends. Aside from that, they also prize being able to develop personal values. If you are tired of the hectic dog-eat-dog world of your city and would like to seek respite in a place where the pace is much more relaxed, Sweden is the place for you. While we can only include so much information in this video, there are plenty of other reasons why you won't regret moving to Sweden. Are your bags packed yet? We are raring to go as soon as it's safe to do so.